Welcome back to the WLCA Sports Show on 89.9. We have the absolute pleasure to be joined with legendary Cardinals broadcaster, Mr. Ricky Horton. Mr. Horton, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing terrific, Ethan. Good to be with you again. And even though it's awful cold here in St. Louis, I know spring training's right around the corner, so that is warming me a bit.
Oh, yeah, awful cold. And just before we get started, are you able to travel to spring training this year, or are they keeping you in St. Louis?
We actually can go to spring training, so my wife and I will both go down, and it has been, it's kind of been a lot of last-minute stuff, and it's understandable. There's a lot of protocol stuff. In fact, the protocol things that came out earlier this week, 108 pages. Now, I haven't read them all,
Wow.
but I've read a couple of them. But there's a lot of different protocols. So it'll be our first spring training dealing with this protocol. You know, it really was at the end of spring training when things kind of got shut down last year, but we will be there doing games on both radio and TV. Not all the crew will be there for TV, but some of us will be. So, it'll be, I'm not going to say normal because we can't go where we want to go, but it'll feel like spring, at least, being in Jupiter.
Well, hopefully it's the last spring that you have to deal with all of this crazy protocol, or hopefully it lessens by 2022. You know, the Cardinals we talk about, when you look back at the offseason, it almost went from non-existent to game-changing in a matter of just a few days, acquiring Nolan Arenado for several prospects and getting $51 million in return. What was your initial reaction when you heard that this trade could actually happen?
Well, my first reaction was I wanted to throw a social distanced party. I mean, my goodness, that was such great news for all Cardinal fans. I heard, Ethan, from so many people that were just like, boy, I mean, I was running out of patience, but this trumps my lack of patience because it's such a big deal. It wasn't just kind of like a little thing. I mean, signing Wainwright was great, and everybody's happy about that for kind of, just sentimental reasons, and of course he did pitch well last year. But getting Arenado, that's a game changer. So the Cardinals were trailing, if you're talking about off-season kind of pizzazz, the Padres had a lot of it. The Mets had a lot of it. The White Sox, the Blue Jays, they were all kind of just running wild, signing people, getting better, and really nobody in the Central was doing a whole lot. But when the Cardinals got Arenado, I think that just kind of set the bar for the Central Division that, you want to compete in the division, you have to get better. And so at this point, I'd have to say, despite several predictions out there, some predictions think the Cardinals have kind of the best team in the league, and others think them as second or third. But I just think Arenado is going to be a game changer.